Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final chapter to the dungeon leveling drama. Of course, don't worry, I am going to continue making videos on it. I'm going to continue taking a look at what the development process will be in the future, and I'm going to tell you a few of my theories here and there, what happened and what's going on, okay? So, most of this stuff I have gotten confirmed either by Kimura, the owner, by some people that work with him, the staff team, and everybody around it. I got the confirmation we were about 90 to 95% correct. Talked to some other people that worked on the game as well. It wasn't just Kimura working on the game alone, because he always says he's a complete soul. He is a sole developer, he is. But there was also some other people helping out and stuff like that. By the way, shout out to everybody that worked with me on this. And yeah, most likely I'm just gonna be in this format, as you can see me right here. By the way, I shaved my beard. I look like 10 again. Yeah. So let's go and talk about it. Here's the current state on what I think is going on with dungeon leveling and what might the future hold. Because there was a post made by the new owner of dungeon leveling. I'm just gonna address the new owner. Is that it could be still Kimura? We don't know. It could be anybody. We don't know what's going on. And they announced a update that is supposed to be hitting in 1 week. Now, I don't think that we are, or anybody of us, is in danger playing dungeon leveling. Another thing that I also potentially could rule out is another wipe, because that would entirely destroy the game. So even if somebody out there like a underground Roblox game buyer would buy the game, they are out for profit, right? And profit means don't wipe the game. Because if the game would be wiped again, if it would have been down again, even I, as a fully fledged content creator for dungeon leveling, would leave the game. I would completely leave, and I would be like, no, this is it. You can fool me once, but twice, it's already, that was my bad the second time. And if it's a third time, this game is gonna be shelved. It's gonna go into the graveyard of dungeon crawler games for me. So I highly don't think that the game will be wiped. I actually think, so if there is a new owner out there, if there is somebody out there that really wants to work on the game, I'm pretty sure they're going to be out for profit, because the game did about $700 daily, according to the leaked documents that is going around the internet. Now, I did watch all of the leaked documents. I watched all through 11 or 12 pages, or however long it was. I read the entire chat between Kimura and the buyer, basically. In those documents, it was stated that the game made about $700 daily, which is about a $21,000 a month. So, and the game was apparently sold for $120,000. Now, I find that a little bit hard to believe. Now, I do know, and I do think the game is making money, especially due to the gambling aspect of the game. So I think the game is making money. It is a little bit of a money machine going on right there. I mean, imagine that though, like $700 daily. That's kind of crazy. I also did some research on Russia's state of money, you know, and how everything is going on. And Russia is not available in the DevX team of Roblox, which means anybody that lives in Russia, that develops games in Russia, is not able to withdraw the money. So it would make sense that Kimura wanted to sell it, or did sell it. Now, there are split parties, so to speak. One of them say that it is still him and he's just trying to pull a stunt and he wants to make the game more popular. If that is the case, then it didn't work out, because people are, well, I'm only talking about it live, at least here, and you know, on with a situation here on YouTube. But on the other side, it might be possible that it was actually sold and he's okay, because I have gotten some insider information that he did receive the money and that he is going to develop another game. Now, what does that mean for me? I personally don't know if I want to follow somebody like that into the sunset, and for me, that is not leader quality. But on the other side, though, this is a fact, by the way. You can look it up, that Roblox is not supporting people from Russia. So I don't blame him for wanting to sell the game, because initially, in-game, he would be rich. Outside of the game, where the actual real life is, kids, you know, it's not just Roblox, he'd be poor. So he might have millions and millions stacked in Roblox itself. He might has that when it comes to the Robux, right? But he has no way of cashing out. In the documents, it also stated that he can only accept cryptocurrency. because, you know, Russia, right? For the people who don't know what's going on, Russia is at war with the Ukraine currently. I am not really political or anything, so I'm not going to give you any further information on that. You can look it up. And America has had some pretty big sanctions towards Russia, and that is also partially the reason why Roblox is not paying out Russian developers. Now, there would be a few ways. Obviously, if he would have sold it, he could move to the United States. I'm pretty sure that as a developer making that money, if that is the actual amount of money that he might have received, in this case 120,000 US dollars, he would probably have no issue getting a green card and getting into some places like Russia, the USA, or even into Europe or anywhere actually. If you make that kind of money, then you should be probably accepted in any country. Now, the thing is probably much more confusing and difficult as we might all think. We are all just normal peasants, ladies and gentlemen, that have no knowledge of when it comes to that kind of money. I certainly don't. So, yeah. Now, what does that mean for dungeon leveling? One thing is for sure, there is an owner of the game, whether it's Kimuro, whether it's somebody that scammed him, whether it's somebody that bought it off of him, there is a new holder of this game, and that person posted that there's going to be an update within a week. I heard a few stories that even that new owner is also trying to sell the game again for some reason, because it might be a whole calamity. We don't know. Whoa, that's my other video. We don't know. Nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. The theories that I come across with and I put up with, I think I made it much harder for them to just easily go like bam. The reason why I also think they said that it was hacked or something like that, or I don't even know. I don't even know, because if it is true what it states in the documents, it was a cross trade, it was a real money trade in RMT outside of Roblox guidelines, so there was maybe a possibility that Roblox sits down there and says, hey, you know what, we don't want that, and like strikes the entire game. Maybe that's why they came up with hacked, and I have no idea. I don't know. This is the final chapter. I want to put it to rest. I'm gonna continue making these videos. I'm gonna continue making dungeon leveling content. Of course, if there's going to be a new owner, I'm gonna try to work with them or not. That will be up to them. It was just a really emotional and rational move from Kimuro to sell it. If it was actually the case, we might be still all in the dark, and there's like a whole different reason for it. I don't know. I can't tell you. I was never close with Kimuro. He's a weird guy. He wasn't always like. It was really difficult to strike up a conversation. I thought at one point we were at a pretty good stage where we could talk to each other, but it was just all weird. The whole thing. Like, if he actually got scammed, that would be really sad for him, because he potentially lost out on a lot of money. Now, the reason why, I've also talked to some other people that know him much better than I do, and the thing with that is that he also used to have another game apparently, and that was sold as well or something like that, and he sold them as well. So he has a background in making games and selling them. If it is true, I can't tell you. Now, actually, for me, this is like secondary now. It's nothing too major for me anymore, because I'm gonna move on to other games. I think Dungeon Lootify, if you like dungeon leveling, Dungeon Lootify, once it gets out of the alpha phase, I think that game might actually be more interesting to everybody. I'm just saying it because I feel like that these developers actually still value their community. World Zero is another one that I'm going to almost do maybe daily content in the future. World Zero is another game that has great developers and dungeon heroes as well. These are all games that I'm going to cover in the near future on this channel. I've had a lot of fun playing dungeon leveling too, and I'm not quitting or anything. I am just going to wait until what's going to happen with the new updates. I do my daily lucky dungeons. If I come across a mythic chest, I'm definitely going to make a video on that for you guys as well. So the content is not initially going to stop, but I think we're going to have to shelve the mage rework, which is a little bit sad because I really wanted that to happen. Because the mage really does need a rework. Same goes for the archer and stuff like that. So this is what I am at the state. I don't want to involve myself further into this anymore. I do like myself a little bit of drama, but I don't want to solely base my channel just on drama. I don't want to do that, and I think we're okay with it now. I think everything thing has happened. I mean, in the end, we can't change it anyways at all, so it doesn't really matter what we say. The only thing is you can make a choice in the future if Kimura is going to make another game, if you're going to play it or not. Do you feel that you were treated respectfully or not? I feel I don't. So this is why I want to put this to rest, because the more I talk about it, the more attention it will get and the more people will talk about it. So this is the final chapter, ladies and gentlemen. With my suspicions, I'm just gonna end the case. For me, I'm not trying to paste anything in here and stuff like that, because I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not sitting here that I'm, you know, like, oh, the world needs to believe me. I don't care if you believe me or not. I've gotten the answers that I wanted for myself, and I'm okay with it. I don't mind with it. We might actually get a better game. So we have to think about the positives of it as well. We might get a new owner or a new team that actually is a full-fledged dev team that actually make this game good and actually works on it and puts some interesting content into the game. We have to see it on the flip side. I haven't talked to the new owners. I haven't talked to the new people that that are apparently, like, you know, owning this right now. So it says in 1 week we're gonna get an update. We will see what happens. I will certainly make a video off of it, and I hope you will be on the channel to watch it. So thank you very much for watching. This is the final chapter of the dungeon leveling drama. Yeah, that's all I got for you. I'll see you in the next one. See you on the flip side. Have a good one. Bye.